Okay, Tom, it's been a while.
I was about to say the same thing, Tom.
It's that time again. The music's playing. We're both here in the studio together, and it's time for what?
T squared.
And what does T squared stand for?
Tom and Tom.
Exactly. So, Tom, how you been?
Not bad. No complaints, Tom. Good to see you again. Good to be up here on the Behrend campus, which I am at least 3 days a week anyway. But I love your studio, and we've accomplished the feat of getting to spring. So we are here in spring.
Well, that's a good thing. Spring couldn't have come quick enough, but then again, it's one of those deals. I don't mind the snow.
No, I love the snow. Yeah.
All in all, I think it's pretty good.
Yeah. No complaints. Love living here.
Yeah. Well, for those of you who have been tuning into our podcast, you might notice that today I've got a little bit of a frog in my throat. It's weird because I feel fine. I don't have any stuffy nose. I'm not sniffling. I don't got nothing in my chest, but I woke up yesterday sounding like this.
I had it about a month ago, and I just, like you, I didn't take any time off. I just fought through it, and I almost lost my voice, actually. Hope that doesn't happen to you, but in our business, that's kind of a tough thing.
How long did it last for you?
About 3 days.
3 days.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so maybe then tomorrow, hopefully I'll be good to go.
Hopefully, yep.
Yeah. All right, Tom, this is our fifth installment of T Squared, and we've got something, I guess, special today to talk about. It's what's going on, I guess, this weekend here at Behrend, that you're doing something. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely, and I've been doing it for a few years now, and I love doing it. It's a class to train people to spot severe weather. And it was developed by the National Weather Service, the arm of the government that gives us forecasts and warnings. Our forecast office, of course, is in Cleveland now, but they cover Erie and Crawford County. So it's called SKYWARN, and it's a course just to train people how to look at storm clouds and decipher if there's potential danger in them, and then give them an avenue to report to the Weather Service in Cleveland during storms so that they can have a better idea of what's going on here in Erie County. So it's a lot of audio-visual, and even if you don't want to be a storm spotter, it's free, it's open to the public. If you're a weather geek and you just like to learn more, or you like thunderstorms, spring and summer storms, it's a fun couple of hours.
In the past, what's your turnout been like as far as people showing up for that and whatnot?
Oh, it's been anywhere from 50 to 175. And we've always had it at the library, but we were able to bring it up to Behrend, and it's going to be Saturday at 2 p.m. at 101 OBS, which is Otto Behrend Science Building on the west end of campus. So, it's good size room for it, and I've already got people that are asking me about it, wanting to come, and also, it's, as I said, it's not only free, but you don't have to sign up, you don't have to reserve a spot or anything.
If you would, tell the people out there that, give them, if you could, a little direction as far as where on campus that is, as far as how to get down to where the
yeah, that's a good
is.
thing, and I'm talking to maintenance, and God bless those people that work in maintenance. I guess they're in charge of signage, and they're going to help me out a little bit so that when you come in the main entrance, whatever it is, it's like Station Road and the Bayfront Highway where the traffic light is, you just continue to bear to your right on what's called College Drive, and you'll go past the baseball fields and the tennis courts on your right. You'll hit a stop sign, keep going straight. You'll hit another stop sign. And when you can see the end of the road, there's a couple of parking lots, one on your left, one on your right. Either is good, and they're free. I'd recommend the one on the left because it's closer. You get out of your car, there's a cement sidewalk. You just walk right up the hill. It is a hill. And straight ahead is OBS, Otto Behrend Science Building. So,
I don't think I could have said that any better. It's very good. As you exit your car, I guess you're kind of like driving past the walkway going up. Then you park your cars,
right.
and then
I believe it's 3 stop signs. The third stop sign is is the parking lot.
Exactly. I think we are losing your microphone here. Hold on a second.
Let me raise it up a bit.
Sometimes happens.
That good enough, or you want it higher?
Let's bring it a little bit higher.
Okay.
Right in there.
Sounds good. Tighten it up.
Right, there we go.
We're good to go.
All right, we should be good. I gave them a view of what we were doing there so they could see the behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's the stuff, right? You know, the things you normally don't see.
If you ask me, sometimes those are, I mean, our show is great no matter what you have, but the behind the scenes of almost anything is kind of neat to see how people put things together. People have no idea, like, what goes into what we do before we even start this show.
Yeah, when I take them into the control room, if people are visiting and watch the director, the producer, the audio guy, you know, so much communication, coordination, monitors, boards like you have there. And, yeah, it's fascinating.
Yeah, it's good stuff. Here's the board here as far as the audio board. Over here on this side, you can see I've got the video switcher over here. And then up in here is I could see where my the different controls I have.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to your, this was Skywatch? Is that what
SKYWARN.
it's called? SKYWARN.
Yep.
So how long have you been doing this?
The Weather Service was so kind because, you know, they cover like 28, 30 counties. And each spring they would travel to each county to present this because the more spotters you have, the better it is. I mean, radar is great, satellites are great, but if you have actual people on the ground that are reporting what's happening in their neighborhood, people are more likely to heed a warning, whether it's a severe thunderstorm warning or a tornado warning. If you put out on that broadcast, funnel clouds seen by trained spotter, people are more likely to take action. And so they love to train spotters, but I mean, that's a lot of counties to go through in the spring. Mm-hmm. So they were kind enough to say, well, would you do Erie County? Because that's one of the ones that's furthest away from Cleveland. And so I've been doing it, I guess, you know, maybe about 10 years. And as I said, it's the first time for Behrend. I'm excited. You and I work here, and we hope to have a great crowd. People are already, you know, asking directions. I do a Facebook Live show every night in the middle of the night. It's called The Weather Nightcap, and it's on the Jet Fox Your Erie Facebook page because I'm nocturnal, and I have no problem being up past midnight. And we love to talk about weather, and I've been talking to the people that frequent that Facebook Live show, and a lot of them are going to be coming as well.
That's actually, I think it's awesome. How many people have taken part in this so far? Any idea, or once you're a spotter, you just remain there, and that's the person you use? How many, I guess, can there be?
I don't know. I should have asked the Weather Service beforehand how many people are trained in Erie County. And of course, I didn't train all of them. There was a bunch of them here before I started doing the class. But you can never have enough. That's the deal. Because not everybody, you know, you may be on vacation when storms come through. You may be at work. You may be busy. So it's always good to have a big number of people that can report.
Now, are those weather spotters, are those the same people who call in the temperatures?
Well, those are my weather watchers, and some of them overlap, okay? Some of them report snow amounts to me and to the National Weather Service. Now, this thing, the SKYWARN, is geared towards spring and summer storms. You know, severe weather in meteorological terms, thunderstorms, tornadoes, hail, damaging winds, flooding, the spring and summer a variety of nasty weather. So, but other people that are my weather watchers for Jet and Fox do report both and are trained. And, you know, we just have some very good people that provide accurate measurements of the weather that's come upon our area and also chime in with observations, whether it's at news time or not, of storms that are going through the area. When I have to be at the station and, you know, storms don't follow the clock, they don't always occur during newscasts, and It may be 8 o'clock at night. It may be 3 o'clock in the afternoon. These people chime in, and especially when we're doing something like Facebook Live, the public is very helpful because, they're telling you it's a two-way conversation as opposed to TV. And they're saying, oh, I'm getting hail at my house, or, the winds are picking up, blowing furniture around my yard. And that's very helpful.
Now, these guys they're all volunteers.
Right.
Right. Now, when they call in to you, do you have to call this into Cleveland, or do the...
No, I don't.
No.
They do both, those that are trained and are weather watchers for Jet and Fox.
Okay, so they have like a special number they call.
Oh, yeah, they can email, they can text, I think, they can call. Yeah, there's a variety of ways to communicate their spotter information to the Weather Service. And we tell them all that in the class. Mm-hmm. But it's just a neat class because I get people, kids that are interested in weather like I was in elementary school, all the way up to seniors who just, they're retired, they have more time. Anybody that's a weather geek, anybody that's interested, because, some people just have the bug and want to learn more and want to see videos of wall clouds and funnel clouds and downbursts and hail and all this other stuff.
So is it fair to say, and I'm not too sure if the other channel here in town has weather watchers, but is it fair to say that we have an advantage at Jet because of all these people that are out there and calling into you?
I think so. I think so, because I don't know if my competition has weather watchers, but I know I got a ton of them, and I've kept them. And it's extra work, but these people are just doing it. They don't get paid. So the weather watcher segment, I got some people that are so into it, and that's separate from the SKYWARN training. Although, as I said, there are overlaps. Mm-hmm. But the weather watchers for Jet and Fox, some people have weather stations that are very sophisticated. They can put them online. I can bookmark them. They don't, they don't always even have to call or, email me. I can look at what's happening. But some of them are so dedicated. They'll do almost every show. Whether it's a husband, wife, or whatever, or they're just. They don't sleep like I don't. They'll be with Flint in the morning and noon. They'll be with me in the evening and on 10 and 11. So there's nothing better, as I said, Tom, than ground truth, to have a valuable observation, an accurate observation, because what you get as a meteorologist as far as hourly weather observations are from airports, and they're reliable and they're good, but nobody lives at airports. We want to know what's happening in Sagertown. We want to know what's happening in Harbor Creek, where we live. And that just fills in the gaps and gives you such a better picture of what's going on, in this case in Erie County. But we go into Crawford and Warren and Chautauqua and all that. But if you know what's going on and you have a denser grid of observations, not only can you tell people with greater authority what the actual weather is, where it's moving, and when to take shelter, or how much snow you're getting or going to get, you make better forecasts in the long run, because we have microclimates. Everybody knows this. Now, you think of it a lot in the winter with lake effect snow bands, how you can just be, let's say, on Interstate 90 and go from sunshine to zero visibility. But you can also think of it in a temperature sense. The lake plays a huge influence, not only in snow, but in rain and temperature. So there's some days when you get a lake breeze, especially at this time of year when the lake's 39 degrees. If the wind's north off the water and you're closer to the water, you're 20 degrees colder downtown than you might be up here at Behrend or south of 90. So the more observations you have over all these various microclimates, the better picture you have of the present weather. And when you learn those microclimates, and when you see how they react in different weather situations over the years, you know how they behave. To an extent, you'll never figure it out, totally, but you make a better forecast.
Have there ever been times where some of your watchers and the people that are going to be trained this weekend, that they've actually called stuff in before, let's say, the National Weather Service had it or something? And if so, what kind of stuff did they call in?
They call in what they're seeing, basically, especially if it's severe. And that's happened as well because some of them are double trained, or they'll call into us. They may have already called into Cleveland. It can work both ways. Another thing, and maybe we can have them on our show sometime, is my storm chasers, either Steve Marshall or the other guy, Logan, that kind of takes care of our eastern flank, because I'm telling you, those guys, they go to the places people hide from. They're trained. They know how to do it. They're safe. But those guys are tremendous help to me because, again, they can tell me whether a funnel is a funnel or a funnel is on the ground and is a tornado.
Yeah.
And they can give me accurate, not only just observations, but they can shoot video and send it to me. So we have weather watchers. We have people that are going to be trained for SKYWARN for us and the National Weather Service this Saturday, and we got a couple of storm chasers. So the more eyes you have, the better you're going to be able to cover weather and forecast weather.
That's good. I mean, the bigger the force, the better it is, and the safer people would be because you have a lot more eyes out there watching.
Right.
Because I know there's been times where I've seen what I thought could possibly be a funnel cloud, but that's all it was just a cloud that just came down and looked like it. There's no rotation to it and stuff that. But now you're saying that all these people here, they're trained on seeing exactly.
Yeah, whether it's a funnel cloud or what we call scud, which is appendages of clouds that hang down. They don't rotate. They just sit there, and they're not harmful or dangerous or anything.
Is it possible that something like that could be, or is it just one of those things that's just the way they are?
Scud is basically harmless. Funnel clouds funnel clouds rotate. They can turn into tornadoes. And then there's this other category called cold air funnels that happen in a different weather situation, but they're harmless as well. They tend to stay close to the cloud base and not turn into anything dangerous.
Do you plan on possibly having anything coming up here in the spring as far as like an outlook, like what to look for, or any kind of like severe weather specials or something in the spring?
Yeah, we hope to do that. We try to do that every year. And, last year was a perfect year because we looked back because it was 40 years since the very historic and devastating 1985 Pennsylvania tornado outbreak. Yeah. So we had a show where we actually went to 5 of the tornadoes, and remember they were 30 in the state, over 30 that day, and they were big tornadoes, most of them, not the little ones that we tend to see commonly around our area most years. So we did a show entirely on that, as I said, historic and devastating day. So we like to put these things together. And I got to give a great shout out to my videographer, Kent Urbanski, who has won many awards for everything from, Golden Apples to covering the Steelers to, the work he does for us at JET. He's just fantastic, and he puts these shows together, and they are so good. And they are online. If you want to see this show, it's online. YourErie.com, go to the weather tab. There's a drop-down menu. It'll say, 40th anniversary tornado show, and you can watch it anytime.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I would say Kent is one of those guys that are behind the scenes that you don't really see too much, that just does some fabulous work. His videography skills are unbelievable.
Yes, his editing skills, just, storytelling skills.
Right, exactly.
And that's what we do. They're just like network level. If anybody out there remembers, stuff like Charles Kuralt, On the Road, guys that had extra time, not just a 2-minute news story, that would do these longer, in-depth stories and tell a story of a farmer in Minnesota that invented this special kind of whatever, able to go into detail and capture your attention with the content of the story, with the video of the story, with the people of the story. That's what Kent is excellent at.
Absolutely. He's good people. Now, I've got a student here who is actually doing a documentary. I think he lives out in Albion.
Okay.
He's doing a documentary on the tornado outbreak.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he
Send him
showed.
to us. We'd like to meet him and talk to him.
Well, if that's the case, we could do that. He was just in here earlier today. He was going back out to get some more footage of Albion and stuff like that. But he's doing that. And I spoke with Kent if we could possibly use some of your video from 24. And I guess we got clearance to do that. Kent said, yeah, it's no problem. So I'm looking forward to seeing what that kid had to do or what he comes up with, because I'm sure his family lived through that stuff.
Right. And, we'll be talking a little bit about that as well in the presentation Saturday afternoon here.
Okay, fantastic. So if you could kind of tell us again the day, the time, and where it's going to be and what people can expect.
It is this Saturday, the 28th of March, 2 p.m., Otto Behrend Science Building, or as it's known, OBS, room 101. It's a big lecture hall. And it's usually at least a couple hours. We take a break in between, but I like to go at a slow pace and just make sure everybody's understanding and even have interaction during the presentation. I love, it's just like class. You want people to be involved. If they have a question, please stop me. If you even have a comment, you might have a story where I'm showing something and you've seen that before and lived through that before. So we make it informal. We take a break in the middle. We allow for questions at the end, and it's just a good time. Like I say, kids come in here and they remind me of me, being just fascinated by weather at 8 years old or whatever. Yeah. And teachers come here, seniors, middle-aged, people of all ages, and we just have an informative, educational, and fun time.
That's excellent. What are, I don't mean to catch you off guard here, but what kind of questions do these people ask a lot of times? I'm sure they're all different, but can you give me an example?
There's always stories, but the typical questions: is that a funnel or not? What's that cloud? That I've seen that before, but is it dangerous? How do I report? When do I report? Should I go outside and look closer? There's all kinds of questions.
Do you have any idea, because I know like Farmer's Almanac and all that stuff, they've got those things. What is this summer supposed to look like? According to the Almanac or anything, do you have any idea what things are going to look like?
I'm starting to go into it, so maybe, next show I'll know more. We can cover it at that point. But, yeah, we always do a winter forecast. Speaking of half-hour shows, we do those every fall. And I haven't delved into the summer, but I've got already a lot of questions. So I'm starting to look at it. I'll let you know.
Okay. Have you ever yourself, what's the worst storm that you've ever been in?
I think it's the one, and we might have covered it here before when I was broadcasting on April 19th, 2019. It was Palm Sunday that year, and we were live, and actually at the station, while I was on the air, there was an 80-mile-an-hour wind gust. And wind, regardless of whether it's a tornado or whether it's what we call a straight line wind, you get enough wind, it makes a lot of noise. It sounds like the common freight train. Mm-hmm. And I'm on the air trying to tell people how to seek shelter and safety, and I thought one of the walls in the studio was going to fall on me. It was getting that loud. So that was the craziest.
Did they figure out possibly what that was, or is it just one type of wind, or was?
Yeah, it was not tornadic. There was just very strong, what you call downburst or straight line winds out of the thunderstorm. That was over WJET-TV that day, and there was a lot of large hail too. It was a severe weather day. There were no tornadoes, but there was some wicked wind and large hail that did damage in Erie County.
If we could give your Facebook thing you do overnight or whatever, how can people get involved and help you out with that or participate in that? Is there a certain thing they can do, or they just tune in? How does that work?
Yes, Jet Fox Your Erie Facebook page. And we come on. I mean, it's usually not till after 1 a.m. if you're an insomniac. But we also get people from all over the country. They may be out west where it's earlier. But the thing about this is that I can help people all over the country. Like we've had former Erie residents that are in Florida now, and maybe a hurricane is coming, and we can talk about that, and I can help them. Or I have former Erie residents that are in Oklahoma, and maybe a tornado or a severe thunderstorm. I mean, that's the exception rather than the rule, but that's what we do. Otherwise, we just talk about the weather of the day, and even the people that chime in that used to live in Erie, they just want to see what's going on in Erie, where they used to live or where they grew up. And even, just a weather camera shot of St. Peter Cathedral makes them feel good because that was home for them. So we talk about all kinds of things, mainly weather, but it's very informal. I try to, when I started it, I played the national anthem at the end, like television used to do
Signing off.
When they signed off and wasn't 24 hours. So we've kept things like that, playing music at the end. Sometimes we talk about, somebody else just asked, what'd you have for dinner tonight? And people they'll send me a picture of their pet. It's a very informal, but, it's a very loyal group from all over that just happen to be up at that hour and want to talk weather and life, basically.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's like a bunch of people just coming together, having fun, sharing their stories and whatnot. That's great. Now, it starts at 1 o'clock. How long do you normally have that show run?
I let them, they guide it, usually like half hour, 45 minutes. If it's nasty out, it can go longer. I've had times when severe weather's been in the area, and I've been able to use that show to get the word out.
Has anybody, this might be a stretch, has anyone possibly used that? Let's say if there's severe weather somewhere else or something, or maybe it's here, use that in other places?
I'm not sure what you mean.
Well, you know how you can go live from different places where things are going on. Has anybody ever done that with your stuff? Like maybe come on in the middle of your show and say, hey, we're having some bad weather here, and then
absolutely,
and they share it?
Yeah, they do that. And sometimes I've brought people in because, they can sit at the studio or I can bring them in remotely. And you could do it sometime if you're, if you're up in the middle of the night. We'd love to have you. I brought my storm chaser in. I have a grandson who's in the Navy in South Carolina, and I brought him in. And I brought a kid that used to be my weather watcher and now does research for hurricanes. And he's out of town, but he's from Titusville. Brought him in, have him tell his story. So we try to make it enjoyable, informative, and different.
Well, I'd love to come in. I think that would be a good time to possibly do that.
Yeah, we got to do that.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
I think it'd be a fun time. So we're going to wrap this up here in a second. If you could do me a quick favor again, Tom, please tell us what's going on this weekend, the time, the date, and where it's going to go.
Okay, SKYWARN, it's a class to train people to spot severe weather, but you don't have to be trained. You don't have to sign up. You can just come there if you like spring and summer storms and just, have a fun and educational time with us. It is this Saturday, March 28th, 2 p.m., room 101 at the Behrend Science Building on the campus of Penn State, Behrend, and free and open to the public.
All right, fantastic. Well, hopefully people get out there and you have a full house there and you get a lot more weather spotters out there and things are going to go well for you.
Thanks, buddy, and we'll report and tell you how it turned out at our next Tom Squared.
Sounds like a plan. We'll see you all later and have yourself a great day. See you next time right here on
Tom Squared.
Take care, everyone.
Take care.